Hi Virgo, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective love reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. As always, this message could be about a past, present, or a future person, whichever Spirit wants to bring up is whatever we'll talk about today. So let's get straight into this. If you don't find anything in this for yourself, then please check your other placements where you're likely to find a message in there. So, Spirit, can we get cards for Virgo? What's going on in love for Virgo? What is going on in love for Virgo? Interesting. And that's a few too many cards there, Spirit. I'm going to put them back in. If they come out again, then we know it's for the reader. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so the overall energy we have is the Ten of Cups. So this is suggesting to me very much that either you, your person, both of you, you want a happy family. You very much want happiness. You want stability. Now, I say happy family. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be together, but you do want happiness. Maybe there's a child or children involved, and it's that you want to be on the same page so that your children are happy. And it could very well be that you're looking at your happiness. Let's face it, kids can be happy even if parents are still separated, and you can have a happy family that way. It could very well be that both of you want to have a joint happy family. This could be somebody completely different that you may be manifesting that you want a happy family with. Now, one thing I am spotting on a lot of these cards, we have the moon on a lot of them. So the moon could be significant for you. You could potentially be using your intuition a lot, or maybe you need to listen to your intuition a lot at the minute. In your particular position, we've got the Three of Swords. So it looks to me like you're heartbroken. Now, this could be your person's energy. The first two cards can be swapped around. It is supposed to be your energy, so I'm going to say it's yours because it's in the position that's supposed to be yours. But like I say, they can be swapped, so take whichever one resonates for you. But yeah, so currently it does look as though you're a bit heartbroken on something. You've potentially been disappointed, betrayed a lot, and yeah, you're hurt and you're trying to heal. Roses could be significant to some of you. You've got red roses, and then I'm not sure if they're English dog roses next to it or whether they're a different type of flower. Feel free to pop it in the comments if you know what those little pink ones are. They're not daisies. They're, what's that, 6 petals? Yeah. Let's get some clarity on this Three of Swords. Okay. So I've got a King of Swords in the reverse here. So it looks as though someone could have been doing some lying. Interesting. So I've got a King of Swords in the reverse. Somebody may have been doing a lot of lying. Somebody potentially not communicating properly, and when they were communicating, could have been manipulating situations here. Now, it could also be somebody misinterpreting things, so whether this is you potentially misinterpreting information. I don't feel it is, though. I feel that it's more somebody not really telling the truth, or potentially somebody just not opening up, being very cold, not wanting to open up at all. Now, whether that is you or whether that's your person, I'm not sure. Now, weirdly enough, it could also be that somebody may have been a bit of a dictator, a bit of a control freak, and that could be very much what you are heartbroken over. It could be very much that you've learned something or you've found some negative behavior that you've had to deal with. Now, this also could suggest that you may have lost control over a particular situation. I feel like it's more about somebody doing something to you, and that's why you're heartbroken. But at the same time, it could be realizing you may have done certain behaviors yourself, and that could have broken your heart. The reason why I'm saying that is I do have a tower here. So there has been some kind of massive upheaval, a big change. I feel like it's more something where somebody may have lied and then they've left potentially, and it's kind of rocked the boat, caused you to have to relook at everything that's going on. Very much having to look your foundations completely. You're having to rebuild, restart things. Now, I've got a 10 of Pentacles here, so it does look as though you're trying to rebuild stability. You've potentially been looking at what is stability for you. Maybe you figured that this King of Swords in the reverse was the stability that you wanted, but now you're actually having to relook at it. And as daft as it sounds, it could be very much that you've realised that what you thought previously was your happy home, what you wanted previously, isn't what you want anymore. And this is what you're now wanting. You want stable emotions. You want stable home. You're trying to build your money up. You want something where you've got something for the future. You want to have those family traditions. You want to do different things. And looking at it, you want somebody that's going to work just as hard as you. You know, this very much looks like you want somebody that is going to work on things. It's very possible that whoever broke your heart in the past may not have worked on things with you. And it's saying to me you very much crave somebody that's going to work on things. Now, this could be that you want somebody from work as well. It could be that you've decided that there's somebody at work that you could see yourself stable with. Now, in your person's energy, they've got a 6 of Cups. So it feels to me like they're looking at the past in a very positive light. So if you know this, it suggests that you know this person. Either you've been with them previously, and they're an ex. You could be in separation. You may have known them for a very long time. It could just be somebody from the past. Maybe you were at school with them. Could even be a past life soulmate that is remembering your soul. Whatever it is, they're feeling very happy and content about something from the past, and it's giving them a lot of joy. And I feel like it's very much directed at you. Let's get clarity of this 6 of Cups, please, Spirit. They could even have children. There could be children involved here. So oddly enough, we've got a 6 of Cups in reverse. So maybe there has been an ending, and it could very well be that they felt like at the time things were bad. It could be that they are in two minds as well. It could even be that they've already fallen out with somebody that was a soulmate. They could even be thinking that you are not happy with them, you know? It does feel to me like even though they are very much looking at things in a nostalgic way, they're worried as well about the past. Now, they could be looking at things with rose-tinted glasses. So with them here suggesting that they're reminiscing and they're feeling really nostalgic, it does kind of highlight to me that they may be looking at it thinking that it was better than it was potentially. Now, I'm not saying that that's anything to do with you. It could simply be that you walked away from somebody. You might be very much thinking about someone that you're in separation with who this reading is, and they could be thinking about somebody else from the past. It doesn't have to be you. And I'm really sorry to say that, but that is going to be something for some of you. There is a reason why things have ended in the past, but it looks to me like they can't work out why, and they're not exploring the reasons why behind it. There is definitely an ending. I've got a 2 of Cups in the reverse here. So there is definitely a falling out, and it feels like it was a falling out because disagreements here about finances. very much so. I've got a Seven of Pentacles. I've got a Hermit. Somebody was potentially pretending they were single. It feels like somebody wasn't willing to put in the work and the effort. They didn't want to put in the time. They didn't want to put money in. It feels like they very much wanted everything given to them, and if it wasn't done there and then, it feels like they walked away because but they don't like being single, but it feels like they were very much putting themselves out there as being single and wanting to be around a lot of other people. The Hermit in the reversed can very much be somebody that is they don't like being lonely, so they could, as much as they are on their own, which is why I'm saying, they could have been going around making out like they were single. They could very much just not like being on their own, or they could put that persona off that they were on their own, and that's why you've got the Hermit, because the Hermit's usually, a solitary creature there. But yeah, it does feel to me like, I mean, it could even be that somebody couldn't forgive themselves about the past, and it's caused a big falling out, and they've ended up walking away from it. And they could see you as being lonely and ready to move forward. I feel like this is all them, though. How you're viewing this, we've got the Death card. It's done. You are very much looking at it being, unless it transitions, it's over and it's done with. The door's closed, unless there's some sort of transformation. I mean, it could very well be that maybe you've, transformed a relationship into being friends. I don't feel like it is. I feel like it's very much a transformation, as in you've closed the door on it. It needs to change completely. So I've got a Hierophant that's come out to the side, suggesting that you are losing faith in this as a potential relationship. You don't know if it was meant to be, whether it was meant to be any higher commitment. It's possible that you were married and that you may be going through a divorce at the moment and it hasn't yet quite finished. It could very much symbolize that you've got the Death and it is in the middle of a transition here. So going from, having faith or not having faith, but the other way round. Yeah, it feels to me like you don't rate it anymore as a long-term thing. You don't feel it. You feel like it's a complete loss. A bit like it's wasted your time, and you are now looking at it very. It's like you want to make a decision based on just yourself. You're not interested in the other person anymore. Leo could be significant to some of you. I've got a dragon here trying to eat a lion. I know it's a Da Vinci deck and it's one of the pictures, but I mean, dragons could very well, is it a dragon or a wyvern, whatever you want to call it, they could be significant to you. Lions could be significant. Or like I was saying, Leo, potentially. I will go through the other signs in a moment. But yeah, it feels like you're making a very selfish decision towards this, something that you're just cutting your losses. You feel like it's a wasted investment. You've already lost out on it. It feels like you're just ready to put it off. The challenge is here. I've got the moon in the reverse. So not listening to your intuition and being afraid. And then, of course, there's things that are hidden in the dark that you've not got clarity on. They're all challenges that are coming up from this moon. Let's get clarity on that. What's this moon spirit? Big fat decision here. Possibly not knowing what the decision is that you want to make, but you want to make sure it's fair. You might feel you don't have all of the information in order to make that decision. We've got the Temperance here. Lacking faith, being out of balance with it, feeling like You don't feel like it's fair. I do have the Queen of Pentacles, though. Whether this is somebody different or whether this is you, very much having that stability, being good-natured. I've got a feeling it's you. Maybe you are too good-natured, too giving, too nurturing, too loving, and it is causing you a little bit of, I want to say, sadness. It's like you're hurting yourself by being nice, potentially. I mean, it's not bad to be nice, but it's better to be kind. You can still be kind and put yourself first. And I feel like you being your normal, nurturing, giving self is throwing you out of balance. And you're sad. You're scared that things won't get better. You know that things are going to get better. We've got the sun in the reverse. So you know that it's only temporary. You know that things will be happy. You will be happy. But it's like you've got the fear of when's it going to happen, Not knowing when you're going to be happy is completely throwing you out of balance. You're trying your hardest. The challenge is very much being the stable, good-natured you when you're going through a period of sadness. Now, if you get through all of those fears and challenges and follow your intuition, because your intuition is screaming at me across all of this, we do have the Magician in the outcome, which is basically telling me you get whatever you want. If you want to give this another go, you're going to get that opportunity. If you want to move forward with something else, you're going to get that opportunity. You can literally do anything. You're going to have a lot of self-confidence. You're going to have a lot of drive, and you're a doer. So you're going to literally do whatever you want. I've got a Page of Swords here, suggesting that somebody may very well want to come and talk to you, possibly give you an apology, but they're not ready to yet. I have a feeling that it's whoever this is, or somebody from the past. I've got Three of Swords again, so still a bit of heartbreak there. And it could be that this person wants to come and apologise about the heartbreak they've put you through. It could very well be that they're learning lessons themselves. You know how they say that karma always comes round? It could very well be that they're going through their own karmic lessons, seeing some things that they may have done to yourself, learning about them, and then, very likely that they'll come and apologise. And I've got the Death card here as well. So again, more transitioning and ending something, start something new. So very much whatever you want. If you're single, it could be an end to you being single and opening a new door to a new romance. It could be rebirthing a new chapter that's different because it's changed, it's transition. It is whatever you want it to be. What I am going to ask, though, I'm going to get some advice on how you can best deal with this challenge because, yeah, it looks a little bit of a hard challenge. What's the best advice you can give Virgo Spirit to help them get through this challenge? Or obstacle challenge, whatever you want to call it. What's the best advice? Okay. Let go of control. Don't let, don't try and control the situation here. It's fine to not always make everybody happy. Not everyone can be happy all the time. You need to let the tower fall. You need to feel it. Weirdly enough, I mean, the Ten of Cups there, it's very much it's got certain words on and it's shouting divorce at me. So if you're going through a divorce, it's very much saying, yeah, let it happen. You might be full of pride, but you've got to, it's basically saying that you've got to let your pride break. Let go of control, let it happen. It's already ended. Whatever is ended, whatever this heartbreak is, you need to deal with it. You need to let it happen. You need to grieve. Yeah, very much. You need to feel that sadness. You need to find a direction as well. You may be feeling a little bit of a lack of direction, and the direction is very much about loving yourself, being brave, like finding that inner strength, planning for your future. Again, I've got divorce, breakups. You know, it does very much suggest to me that whatever's happened has happened. You need to feel it, you need to learn from it, you need to rebuild your foundations. You need to know what makes you happy, you need to know what gives you strength. There's a lot of lessons here about loving yourself, about accepting loss. It feels to me like you're somebody that doesn't like to lose something or lose things, and it's saying that you need to let it go. You need to let it you need to accept the loss. And as daft as it is, if this person did you wrong and they really broke your heart and you're being good to them now, even after they've broke your heart, so they're thinking that things weren't as bad as they were, you know, stop giving to them. Because if they didn't want you when you were a couple, why should they get the best of you when you're not? You know? If they didn't want you around then, why should they get you and, all that love and support from you now? By all means, stay true to yourself, you know, but don't give to people that just keep taking. Not if they're not going to give back. If they're not going to give back, what's the point? How much do you keep giving to somebody that has proven to you before that they're not willing to reciprocate or they're not going to give back? Because it looks to me like you've tried hard and you want someone to work on it with you. You want reciprocation. You want an equal partnership. But I don't feel like you've had that. And it doesn't look like they are remembering that it wasn't. Right. So, romance angels then. I've got religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And then you deserve love. You are lovable. Let's get you what signs are out here, just in case you need confirmation. So we've got Aries, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Aries, Leo. What else have we got? More Leo, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries in Leo again, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Sagittarius, Libra, Pisces, Taurus, more Scorpio, Virgo. Yeah, there's I think the only one I haven't got out here, and more Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there's not really no Cancer. Was it pretty much everything else there? Remember which ones I've just said. There was a lot in there. Doesn't matter anyway. If it resonated for you, it resonated. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Virgo. It was quite a heavy one. Good luck if you are going through that situation. If you did enjoy your reading today, or even if you found it useful or helpful, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, if you press that subscription button and press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. Thank you to all of you that have already subscribed. It does help the channel grow and helps pass those messages on. So I very much appreciate that. Good luck and thank you for joining me.